the M shape. Classic one. This is 18 times, Tim, in and out of the break. So first time, ski out to the left of the M, back out, then aboard, back out both sides, and swim out and back both sides as well. M shape, lots of times in and out of the break.
Yeah, we're going to see some pumping and grinding here. There's no question. There's Matt Poole. Shannon Eckstein. What is going to happen here? Newcastle, the Nutri-Grain IronMan Series, and there's Poole. He struggles straight away.
And don't be surprised if a little bit of swell comes up. Shannon Eckstein almost leans out of the ski then, but great skills. The swell's been building a little bit this morning, and I think we might see it peak as this race goes on.
You can see again, guys, that showdown playing its part in today's racing. They're going to have to try and get on nice and clean every time they go out through that shore break.
I don't think I've ever turned up to Newcastle Beach and seen the same conditions twice. It's always a little bit different here. Swell comes from lots of different directions.
Whoa, look out.
Surprise, that's Matt Poole and Shannon Eckstein.
We're back on, and the wry smile from Shannon too. It looked like, I'm ready for the battle.
Is that a sign of things to come?
We'll wait and see. Hayden White, great ski paddler out in front there, got a great turnaround.
Matty Bevilacqua, again, a couple of young guys really having a crack at this first ski leg, and they're doing a great job. Hayden White's been strong on the ski this year.
Kane Eckstein in third, and Dane Farrell right in behind there. So no, three of the young guys out in the top four at the moment. Great start for them.
Well, I suppose while this fight in the background, I mean, fight's probably a strong word, others may be able to watch it here. Where's Kane Eckstein? There's
Mitchell Miller on the other side.
Come through on Kane. He's going to take this late. So that...
Whoa!
Oh, and over he goes. Kane Eckstein and Matt Poole.
Oh, obviously that wasn't deliberate, but it's Eckstein and Poole again right at the start of this race. Kane's taken this late, so his rudder's gone out the back of the wave. He's got no steering. He's going to be ploughed off to that side. Underneath Matt Poole's ski, he'll be checking that. He'll be looking, wondering whether he's damaged the ski.
Was that completely accidental?
I would think so. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Look back out there, guys. Look at that. That's 4 skis sideways, all from that one swell. Shannon Eckstein, no problems for him. Nathan Smith, side by side. And that's a good wave of 6 or 7 competitors coming through.
And this is where things get interesting. Look how much argy-bargy is around this first turning flag, especially with these long skis and this short dump. That's going to be so tricky today. And you want to get on nice and clean and try and get back out into that smooth. Look at that, cooling on the back of Kai there. Here we are through Nathan Smith. He seems to have got on nice and clean. He's out and he's off. Paddling very well. Talk about pick up where we left off. Shannon Eckstein, Matt Poole, Kai Hurst straight away in that position. Throw Hayden White in there, Nathan Smith as well. And we're in for a great race.
Look, Trev, you won a lot of races over a lot of time. You have blokes that wanted to knock you off. Were you ever in this situation like the Shannon Eckstein is today, where you've gone through a bit of a drama and how desperate you are to win?
I had a little clash once with Guy Leach, which we both laugh about now, where he ended up getting the nod on the day and fell over the line a couple of times between us. But when you look back after all these years, as Matt Poole and Shannon Eckstein will, I'll look back and remember what a magnificent time that was to actually have that, you know, combative element in the sport, and actually their rivalry will go on and on. I'm sure we'll see it again today. It's great for the sport, and it's great for them as well. It really spurs them on.
You can see how close, again, around those outside turning cans, how close everyone gets, how hard it is to get a stroke in. It's a little bit calmer out there today, but there's still some really nice runners, and the guys are doing a great job on the way back in on their skis.
Well, we saw Kai Hurst mention that in an interview he did with Ros Kelly just a little while back in our coverage, and he mentioned he went back to what happened in that last race, the argy-bargy, the bump and grind, and the eventual win to Matt Poole. He goes, if you saw what happened out the back, that's nothing.
Yeah, well, you know, what happens at the cans stays at the cans is the old Ironman saying, because it all happens underwater, but there's lots of punching, grabbing, pulling, and all sorts of things going on. We always say it's fair at the end of it, and it all evens up, and the ocean levels you out if you really get ahead of yourself.
And there he is in front, Matt Poole, Nathan Smith, Shannon Eckstein.
That Hayden White done a great job there. Mitch Miller will be enjoying being back up there. Kendrick Louis a little quieter in round 3 after winning round 2, but right there, Kai Hurst as well as we go back through the field. You wouldn't want to be near the back of the pack in this M shape because it takes a little bit to get back when you're going in and out the break so many times.
It's great to see Matty Poole out in front, laying down and putting the putting the pressure on nice and early in this race.
And we just saw that roll by. Tannen Linden and Kane Eckstein, 15th and 16th. So Kane, an absolute superstar of the sport. Not short course, not his greatest thing, but he's actually won this series with so much short course racing. An incredible athlete, but right at the back at the moment. And Tannen Linden, 15. Don't expect those guys to stay there. They will move through given a chance. Just
goes to show, though, Trevor, just making one little mistake can have such an impact on your race. You know, Kane should have really come off in the first runners there, but he made that one little mistake and he's ended up where he is at the moment.
Obviously, that was Tannen was one of the other 4 skis that went sideways. But back to Nathan Smith. Nice little head down, puts the weight on the nose, releases the tail, gets onto that run, and now sits back to get the nose back out so he doesn't nosedive. Oh, that shot of Mitch Miller was sensational. Bounced in the shore break. Look at the boards going everywhere. There's Mitch running around now, just behind Shannon Eckstein. Kendrick Lurie recovering, Kai Hurst right there, and Hayden White as well. Wow, a lot of action for a tiny little shore break right on the edge.
Yeah, and it's going to be so crucial, isn't it? Just one little mistake on there, you lose your board. It could cost you big time, but as we see, Kai Hurst, that was a great picture, punching through that nice little shore break again.
I just love these shots. Often you don't get to explain to people what it feels like when you're punching through those waves and the whole thing goes over your head and you have to duck under it and get yourself in a streamlined position. Something that the viewers at home don't often get to appreciate or understand until they see it from that angle. It really is marvellous.
What does it feel like?
Oh, quite incredible. It's quite exhilarating. If you're in a good position in the race, it feels a lot better than if you're in a bad position.
Yeah, I've been dumped a few times. That's about it. But what about Nathan Smith? I suppose if you'd been away from the sport for 3 years and this is the first time you've watched it again, you'd think nothing had changed. But the guy hasn't been competing. It's extraordinary that he's out the front in this race.
I really think so, and even what we're talking about, you know, the ocean, you have to go with it sometimes and punch through it, but you have to respect it. And Nathan Smith's even done that in life. You know, he's grown up, got married, had his 2 beautiful daughters, gone away from the sport for 3 years, allowed himself to go away permanently, he thought, and then got asked, do you want to go back? And he said, of course I do. And he's followed the ocean back again, and here he is racing with the greatest of all time, Shannon Eckstein. So sensational to see him doing so well.
Bit of Wes Berg, close up and personal. Wes still sporting an injury that he suffered last time round.
That's a good lead for Nathan Smith. He's got a nice little buffer, but here we go. Cooley and Eckstein at it again.
Zane, a lot of drama and controversy in round 3. How's the official team pulled up? There's so much pressure on them.
Yeah, look, it was a bit of a tough day in round 3, but look, we're pretty confident, you know, the correct decision was made, and you know, it's created a bit of tension, which is also, you know, going to make for some interesting racing in round 4.
Have you noticed the guys are a lot more fired up for round 4?
Yeah, I think, you know, there's definitely the rivalries strengthened, you could say, and you know, Pooley and Shannon will be fighting it out pretty hard in this one.
It's very exciting. Thanks, Zane.
It's great, thanks.
Zane Holmes was reasonable at this sport himself.
He certainly was, and I'll tell you what, he had a lot of incredible races and clashes with Shannon Eckstein over World Championships and Australian and Nutri-Grain races and everything else. It's great to see him down there leading these guys so admirably and doing a great job of it.
Wouldn't be an easy job, would it? Like, you know, in control of the whole thing. So many variables at play.
Nothing to do with that decision from the last round was easy, that's for sure. With Shannon Eckstein and Matt Poole, both camps were very, very passionate about who was right and wrong.
Look at this great body surfing from Nathan Smith, showing all his experience and skills right there. And to milk that all the way to the shore, that was awesome.
That was fantastic. He just about did the perfect thing, didn't he? Nailed it the whole way through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on that wave, and an 8th picked up on the side. Shannon Eckstein has just dropped off the back of it. What a wonderful job there as the boys come all the way through. Mitch Miller's going to stand up here, and as well as Cam Cole on our left. Wonderful job. Reigning Australian Ironman champion, swim leg not being his strongest. He's done a great job there.
Yeah, that's a great swim from Cam Cole. And it just goes to show you those few little waves that break every now and then make a huge difference in this race. Rather than the bigger surf that's breaking out all the time, be consistent, these little ones that pop up every now and then make a huge difference.
Nathan Smith keeps looking around. Is he a bit surprised that he's out in front? A few times now he just looked behind him and thought, okay.
I hope not, because sometimes you do have that, you know, you kind of have this thing where what you focus on, you attract. You know, if you start looking behind you and wondering why you're out there, next minute you're back in the pack. You don't want that to... He wants to be visualising himself getting further and further in front, having this big gap, rather than being surprised. He's a seasoned competitor and he's fantastic, but it's been a while out. Maybe he is a little bit surprised.
You could see this large pack of guys chasing down Nathan Smith. He's got this great lead, but the pack is so tightly bunched behind him. That's amazing.
And what's fascinating is there's those 7 or 8 guys chasing Matt Poole and Shannon Eckstein side by side like an elastic band.
Well, here he is here. He's just trying to get this wave. They look like they're going to catch him pretty soon.
Oh.
No, he jumped on that last bit.
Wrong timing. He stood up just at the wrong time. Very, very difficult. Not his fault.
Look at this.
And they're 5, 6 people going to come through on Nathan Smith.
It's a great wave.
He'll probably stand up just in front of them. No, he's going to pick it up with them. Or not. There you go. That just shows you. That's surf lifesaving. That's Ironman racing. That's what happens. There's our leader, Nathan Smith, but he's going to be picked in this little run part here as Mitch Miller does a wonderful job to catch up.
Yeah, Mitch Miller, as Nathan Smith throws the goggles away. We've got a new leader.
That's a much better result or position for Mitch. He's really struggled the first few rounds, so Mitch really needs to throw his hat back in the ring today, and he's doing that.
Also, Wes Berg grabbing the ski right behind as we see Mitch's onboard camera. Shannon Eckstein, there he is, coming up on Mitch's right as they punch through the shore, and there's Matt Poole. Dropped a little bit back from Shannon, so the elastic band's broken for the moment.
Tannen Linden, Kane Eckstein on this shore. Poole just creeping over that little shore break, trying to catch up. There's Shannon Eckstein. He's now in the lead again, back to his normal position.
It's a bit of an amphitheatre here, Tim, to race at Newcastle Beach. You see the high rise in the back, the hill wraps around, it attracts all the swell into it. See a great shot of the road that winds up on the hill in the background. Really special kind of feeling to race at Newcastle, particularly when there's swell, and there's enough here today to make this interesting. This race, 18 times in and out, is going to get really interesting as they get a little bit more tired near the end.
You mentioned a few weeks ago, and we were talking about the Smiths Beach race, how Shannon Eckstein was happy to be in the pack, but guys like Matt Poole and others would want to be at the front. Right at the moment, Eckstein is at the front, but Poole is 5 or 6 back.
I think there becomes this calmness to you when you're used to being at the front. Shannon's pulled it off from so many different places, as we see these 4 streak onto a little run that will turn into a wave, where Matt's wanting to get to the front, so it's a little bit more erratic at the moment. As he gets that maturity and everything else, he'll probably be more permanently at the front.
That's a nice little wave for those guys, giving them a little buffer zone, but I think just closely behind, I think it's Matty Poole in the next wave with a couple other competitors. So this is where it gets nice and tight again, around that tight turning flag. Explain
what that's like, Reece, running around those flags with your ski in your hand.
It's extremely hard. Those skis become really heavy, you know, halfway through a race. And look at that, it's nasty on the edge. You've got to watch your ankles and watch your legs because they get swept out from underneath you. Look at that.
Oh, different leaderboard at the moment. Miller, Berg, Poole on the second page.
Lost the paddle, lost the ski, didn't lose contact with him, but here we go again. Shannon Eckstein having to push over this. That slowed that whole front pack back to the second pack, and now all of a sudden you can have 9, 10 competitors all within 2 waves of each other.
Once again, that little short break is having such an impact on today's race.
Well, there's a bunch of superstars, including the young ones like Tannen Linden, who was one of the stars of the deep water. You can't take the smile off his face. What does he need to do?
I love what he's doing already. I think if he just keeps exactly what he said, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he will break through. I saw him right before the Australian Ironman final last year, sitting at the back, and a lady beetle landed on his shoulder, and he nursed it back to the beach because he said, this is my lady luck. He went on to be a sprint finish with Cam Cole. I love the kid. I think he's on the podium for attitudes, that's for sure, and I think he'll get there.
Yeah, he's such a lovely young kid, and I think if he just has that belief about himself, which I think he's slowly getting, as we just see Wesy Berg give us a spray. They're looking all pretty comfortable there.
Oh, a little bit of a slew.
Whoa, I spoke too early.
Here we go, the kiss of death.
That's not comfortable.
There we see it, Mitchy Miller slews off to the right and doesn't handle that too well, and then it bucks him off the other side.
That, of course, is the voice of the great Trevor Hendy, while many in this field look up to Shannon Eckstein. I wonder who he looks up to. Matt Poole, there are top 4, then it's Hurst, Miller, Minogue and Trembath. We're in Newcastle.
They're all veering that little bit left him to head towards that rip. It's still running there. And Kane Eckstein, who was last at one stage, has come back into around that top 10. And great shot of these 4 guys paddling out. That's really bunched up that front pack.
4 great board paddlers right there too, Trevor. They're probably 4 of your best board paddlers over a lot of years there too. So this will be interesting to see if they can build on this from here and go on with it, because they should be pushing each other along.
Wes Berg, great to see him there. Really copped a hit in the last round in the backside from that board from behind, and actually really hurt him. Created quite a problem for him. Recovery's been not great since then, so great to see him up there. He's one of the ones in surf lifesaving that many people think should have won 4 or 5 Australian board titles by now. He's that fast on the board, and there he goes, just demonstrating as he takes off.
He's really pushing. It's just going to fill up on him. You can see the discomfort on his face, Wesley, when he runs around in those run legs, but we can see again these little runners popping up behind these guys. Look at Shannon, the raid on that. He's really trying to work, make something happen. And over there on the left,
he's got Matt Poole attracted to him right on the left on the side.
Like magnets.
They're going to come down this shore break together. Look at this side by side again.
Poole on the left, Eckstein. Oh, almost a little bit of a bump again.
Oh!
Board out of the way. Oh, yeah.
Very polite. Very polite. Yes, you, sir. You go first. I tell you what, both these boys want to win this race today. They're not giving an inch, but that was very polite.
Yeah, it's hard to do that, but Pooley did well. And we see Joshy Minogue, he's up there. That's a good effort from Josh. He needs to try and push through that shore break. But look at the raid up front. Pooley again, he lays down a little bit more than the other guys.
He does that quite effectively. He's back on his knees and then back laying down again. He just goes up and down, up and down. Mitch Miller doing really well there. He's moved and now trains with Shannon Eckstein at Northcliffe. So really benefiting from that, I think. Shannon always keeps an eye out for him, so he loves being up near the front of the pack. Look at this wave coming into place now. Is this going to be 5?
Filling up, they're trying very hard. Great job from Nathan Smith over there to get down that.
And Wes Berg at the back.
Yeah, he's popped out the back. Wow, again, these little waves making huge differences. But there we go. Pooley and Eckstein teeing up.
Shore break again.
Yeah, they are not letting each other off.
Oh, ouch.
Matty Poole, very lucky to get away with that as Miller came across. And Nathan Smith's going to get up first. He's having a good race, Smithy. Let's get down to Roz Kelly again, Roz.
Ali, it's very aggressive. We're really starting to see exactly how tough it is out there.
Yeah, for sure. Today, you know, no one can really get a break out there. Before Shannon was leading, then it was Smitty and Pooley, and you know, there's waves coming from everywhere. This shore is creating a fair bit of havoc out there. So I think just the guy that just plays it smart today and comes in at the, you know, where the barriers are and things like that is going to be the guy that wins today.
Who do you think is the man to watch?
Shannon's always up there. He never seems to really sort of drop off. Like I said the other day, I think, you know, the Mooloolaba boys are always prepared well, and you know, I hope they do well too.
The incident in round 3 on the beach, many of the guys are saying it's nothing compared to what happens in the water. Can you just explain what goes on when you are racing out there that we can't see?
Yeah, I guess yesterday you saw Shannon and Pooley get a bit of a, you know, they had a bit of a tussle, but yeah, in the water out the back of the cans where no one sees it, when you're swimming or going around a can on a board or a ski, it does get very aggressive, and you know, sometimes there's some words said, sometimes there's not, and I guess, you know, what happens in the water stays in the water, and yeah, it was, you know, great to see that kind of stuff.
Well, it's very exciting at the moment. Thanks, Ali.
Thanks, Roz. Cheers.
Ali Day not competing because of the chronic fatigue, and we wish him all the best. Second in the series last year.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to Ali coming back in the series too. There's such a crop of superstars now. They're so very good. As 4 of these guys get the one wave together. Kai Hurst over on the right did a little bit of backstroke. He's the best at this, but doesn't beat Matt Poole into the shore break. Matt Poole head down. Reese, perfect.
That was perfect. And Kai Hurst is back up there. He's actually swam himself back up to the lead, which we sort of expect, but that is an exceptional swim from Kai. He's back in this. Shannon Eckstein, there he is. It's on.
Kai Hurst, of course, a dual Olympian. He's done it on 2 occasions. An amazing athlete.
And watch him run off to the right there, and Shannon Eckstein running as well. Nathan Smith comes in. That was the first half of the swim. That's all it took. First half of the M for Kai to put himself back in a winning position.
Yeah, that's amazing. He's so good at this swim leg. And we see Smitty, he must have been a little bit unlucky with those waves on the way in, but this will be interesting to see how it all pans out. We're sort of halfway through this race now.
And over on the right-hand side of the M there, Reece, that's got more, as the tide's gone out, that's coming into play even more, isn't it? They've all spread out and gone slightly different ways, but that's really going to make a difference.
Well, we've seen a change of leader on so many occasions here. How does a race like this differ from some of the others where they've got to come back to the beach 18 times?
Yeah, well, it's just so much more challenging. You know, it's harder to get into a rhythm. It's harder to find that comfortable place where you can just set yourself that pace. You've got to change your pace, keep thinking all the time, make sure your line's right, just so many more times. So it's a race where you really have to concentrate for the full length of it and just make sure you do the little things right.
As these boys come back into the wave here, it's a bit of a glass half full, half empty thing. A lot of chances to make mistakes, but a lot of chances to nail it as well. And the good guys always concentrate it. You know, they see it as an opportunity to nail it. These two boys get caught. There we go, that's Kai and Matt Poole. But over on the right, you've got Mitch Miller and Shannon Eckstein, training partners, have come through and turned the screws again.
Wow, well, Mitchell Miller's having a great race today. Like I said, the first few rounds, he's been pretty ordinary on Mitchell's standards, but he's leading this race. It's great, but here comes Shannon.
Yeah, Miller, Shannon now just goes in front of his mate and Kai Hurst. Enough to motivate you.
And a new, fresh source of inspiration with his little girl there and the family. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's great to see him back and loving his sport again, because he's just a true legend and such a nice and humble guy. So, and he's doing well this season, you know. He's been pushing for a win.
Oh, on board here with Kane Eckstein as he bashes through that little shore break we've been taught. He's had to roll under that one. So there we go. He won't be happy with that. Gets back on. The thing he's got to get back on so fast and get that first stroke in time.
You had to roll again there, Trevor.
There we go. Nah, not liking it.
Oh, you can tell.
He's got that little face going on.
I was speaking to Kane earlier today. He felt like he's been a little bit unlucky these first few races, and he said he just wants a crack at them, but it'll come. He'll get his chance, but he wasn't real happy then.
He's a bit similar to Kai Hurst in a way this season, but different. Kai's been up there the whole time but hasn't cracked it for the win, and Kane's just been back behind that sort of top three and hasn't cracked it into there.
Meanwhile, this guy, the king of the ocean, Shannon Eckstein,
coming through the back markers here. Great shot, Wes Berg on his way out. Shannon's coming through lapping. There's a good feeling when you know that you've already done all that distance and you don't have to do it. He'll be feeling good right now. But Matt Poole, hot on his tail, wave and a half back behind there.
the scriptwriter couldn't have done it like this, could you? To write the whole Poole Eckstein story together after what happened in the last race. And here he is, Shannon Eckstein, on the ski and just over his shoulder, big Matt Poole.
I talked about earlier about who would handle the pressure today and who would deal with it the best. They're obviously both dealing with it very well, and they're both here to prove a point.
And it's on again. Poole, Miller and Hurst, Minogue, Smith, Louis and Trembath.
As we just see Mitchell Miller have to hop off his ski and roll. Poole snuck out there nice and clean, and again he's chasing hard for Shannon next time. We see another wave popping up in front of Mitch. Oh, he's copped it on the lap. He's done well to stay on his ski there.
He's done really well, and Kai Hurst off to his left as well has come into that, kind of timed his run perfectly because he didn't have to roll it like Mitch Miller did. And of course, Reece, when they do roll like that, they've got to grab that front strap and the pedals are up around your face as you go into the ski. It's quite a challenging thing to do, isn't it?
It does, and that water pressure grabs a hold of your arm and sometimes wants to pull it out of its socket. So it's a hard thing when you have to roll.
Pretty impressed with Shannon Eckstein here, the way he's responded to this, but also Matt Poole is not now 1.5 waves back, he's 1 wave back. Is he making a run towards the finish to chase Shannon Eckstein?
Just that extra look of determination on the face of the out-and-out champion, Shannon Eckstein. He didn't like having sand all over him in that last race where he got up and moseyed to the line, then the appeal, and Poole was given the race, and here is Matty. He won't care too much about the histrionics, he wants to win again.
You can't make this stuff up, can you? That these two would be in front again after the last round and everything that went down, that here he is chasing him. Look at that.
Did you see the speed Pooley ran down there? And he was absolutely flying. And again, we see him go down to on his stomach. Kai Hurst, he's making his move again. This is unbelievable.
This is like deja vu. Here we go all over again.
Kai Hurst, nice story. We saw him, how he's really rejuvenated. It is extraordinary to think that he's gone to 2 Olympics as we're on board now with Matt Poole.
Oh, can you see that? Oh, just the look in his eye where he's actually so focused on the tail of that board. That's where he wants to get to. Let's watch this shot. There he is. That's probably 5-6 board lengths by the time he turns around. That's nothing. That's one little wave picking up.
Shannon would have got a little look at him there too and realised how close he was.
The look would have been nice and steely. Look, quite competitive out there. Wonder what it's like with the handlers. Roz is down at the beach.
Kevy, Ian, should I be standing in between you two? Is the tension as bad between you handlers as it is between Matt and Shannon right now?
Nah, not at all. We're car blokes. We're good, aren't we, Kevy?
Yeah, it's
And let the boys race, and what happens in the water happens in the water, and it's all love and war. And they're actually a really tight-knit community, so no, they all have a beer afterwards. It's fine.
They both made no secret about how angry they were about it and about the protest. How were they before round 4?
You know, the protest, all that sort of thing's not really our department. We're just trying to get them to focus on round 4 and what they're doing out there today and try and take their mind off it, really. But, you know, I think Shannon was, you know, he made his sort of feelings felt, I guess, in round 3, at the end of round 3. And, you know, he's going out there to prove a point today, I think.
What about Matt? Is he pretty fired up?
Oh, he's always fired up. He loves a challenge, and it's just good, hard racing, and he'll never back down no matter what happens. So, yeah, he's big enough and ugly enough. He'll look after himself.
And they're both into each other again in round 4 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're having a go. I think round 3, I think of the 12 legs, Shannon got maybe one wave that was better than Pooley. So hopefully his luck will switch around and get a few on him today.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
All right, Roz. She's being a bit of a referee there. Good to see Ian, who's Matt's dad. Ian Poole got his shirt off, so that was good.
Oh, read between the lines in that interview there. There's still a little bit of stick between those two. And I tell you what, each camp is going to think they're right about what's happened. Shannon got the bad end of the stick and all that sort of stuff, and less waves. Reece, there's still plenty of drama on the beach there.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can see it. And we see Pooley. He's caught up to Shannon. He's right on his tail. This is unreal. And Kai Hurst is not far away. Mitchell Miller's having another great race.
This is coming down to the wire again.
It's great to see the theatre, and it's great to see all the players in this act all doing their thing, you know what I mean? And none of it's scripted. It's just a really, really good sporting story, this.
And there it goes again. So Matt Poole has come up next to Shannon Eckstein on a wave, cut across him, will be in a better spot for the run up the beach. So he'll lead this run around now, faster runner. So it's just switched again. This is absolutely unbelievable. In round 2 of this super bout. Look at this. Matt Poole jumps over his own board and gets away. Now he's the star of the show.
Old bull, young bull. The old bull is just behind Pooley.
Here he goes, cruising down. Goofy footer as well.
Great shot from on the board here too. The board nearly cleans him up just after he gets off. He could have actually pushed that towards Shannon and claimed it was an accident. So very polite there by Matt Poole. Well done.
And both of them with their game faces on. They're both so determined today.
I wonder how polite this is going to be. This is the last leg, the swim leg. Anything can happen underwater, as we know. And Shannon Eckstein, has he got the edge on Pooley in the swimming? What's the story here?
Well, Shannon Eckstein is the gun swimmer, but don't forget this fella here, Kai Hurst, is chasing in. Let's watch him run into the water as he goes. We saw this in the round last week, deja vu, same thing, dives over and away he goes. This left side of the M is where the rip is. It's going to run out to the can really quick. This side will be over pretty quick. The next side is where the sandbank is and where it all goes down at the end of it. But Shannon Eckstein is probably slightly the better swimmer, but Matt Poole, I tell you what, he's been working pretty hard. He doesn't get left behind in the swim leg anymore.
Yeah, let's have a look at this here. And Matt Poole goes around first, just over him, and he can hear his breathing, I'm sure. Shannon Eckstein, they're almost on top of each other right at the moment. What a gripping finish. We couldn't have scripted it.
They're both still holding a really good rate. They're both up on top of the water. Their kick's really good. Kai Hurst is not far away, Trevor. You can see him hunting these guys down.
And this is where you're praying for a little chop. So Matt Poole's got one in front of him. Is he going to be in the wrong spot? Shannon Eckstein's going to pick it up. It's going to break on Matt Poole's head.
Great surfing.
No, he's done really well, both of them. Who's going to hold this further?
That was great surfing from Pooley. Like, that broke. You had to pick that up broken. he would have been hurting. Kicked his legs, up he goes.
Just a scrape of butter between them. It's Poole and Eckstein, and Hurst, this supremo in the water when it comes to swimming, is just behind them. Last swim now. We're going to find out who wins this very, very soon.
And here comes Kai Hurst running out now, looking straight away. Let's watch him. He'll sprint. He's going to go along the beach. This is what he did in the last swim leg. Look at him. He knows this is his gamble. He's going to go leap over here. Kai Hurst.
Look how fast he's going. I haven't seen him with that intensity for so long. He was sprinting then. He can smell them.
Well, Olympic swimmer, on your heels, out he goes. I wonder if these two boys know just how close they are. Matt Poole reaches over and is right on the side of Shannon Eckstein. Look at this.
Oh, look at him here. Oh, it's exactly what we said, right on each other. What'll be happening there? Tell us. They look like they're on top of each other.
I think there's a little bit of pride in this. I don't think Shannon Eckstein wants to give an inch there. He's going, no, I'm not altering my line. And Matt Poole's going, neither am I. These two guys keep doing this, Reece. They're not going to notice Kai Hurst coming up behind.
Look at it.
Look at this. Do you think there's a little bit of feeling there?
Absolutely, but this is stopping them. Right now, Kai Hurst is streaming up behind them, and they're slowing each other down. They wouldn't have a clue.
They're caught up in the moment, aren't they?
This is what battling does to you. Sometimes you lose out. There's no winner in a battle.
100%. They're eyeballing one another. They're elbowing, punching, kicking. They're at it.
Oh.
But like you said, Kai Hurst is on their feet. He is on their feet. It's a battle of three now.
Oh, what about that?
I think Shannon's had a little look there.
Yeah, he's realised.
He's seen. He's broken away. They've gone their own ways. Now, Shannon last time went down to the right to the southern end of the beach with Mitch Miller, and it paid off. Kai Hurst came back this way. He must think there's something there. Let's see what happens. Kai Hurst is going to hit the lead here within 10, 15 metres.
Yeah, he just saw where Hurst was, wasn't he? He said, we're going to break away from this punch-up. I haven't won 7 titles by getting caught up in this sort of thing. So what we have here is Shannon Eckstein on the right of your screen. Hurst and...
Matt Poole is still holding him off a little bit.
Shannon's backstroking. Look how far... He's going to get this wave.
Oh, he has! Oh, Eckstein has got the wave, and Hurst and Poole have missed it.
It's going to die. He's left in the gutter. Now we've got Matt Poole and Kai Hurst. They'll pick up something on the edge here.
Here they come. So Eckstein has got the hit on these two guys.
Oh.
As Poole and Hurst. Oh, but it's Eckstein. Look at him. Look at his face as he runs to the finish line. Oh, he punches it. He says, I'm not going to get tripped over this time. He comes first. Hurst comes second. And here comes Pooley. A bit different to last time, but a bronze isn't bad.
Oh, kiss from wife Belinda. This beautiful little daughter. And here we go.
I think that meant something to Shannon Eckstein. Wowee.
Wow, what a finish. Matt Poole back in third. Hursty's done a great job. Kendrick Lewis snuck into fourth. And Mitch Miller behind Nathan Smith, the veteran.
Yeah, as we turn the page, Tannen Linden seventh, Dane Farrell there, Westberg, Minogue, Eckstein, Trembath.
Cam Cole, Hayden Allen, Matt Bevilacqua and Hayden White. And Tannen Linden had fought back from second last to get that seventh too.
So they are the results, and the beach, an interesting place today. It was so tense to start with, and Shannon Eckstein has won the day. Matt Poole shaking hands with a few of his competitors.
As we look at the series standing, Shannon Eckstein, 74 points. Kai Hurst, consistent, only 10 points back. Not a lot of places here with our point score system. Matt Poole, 60, still in the hunt for the overall title.
Minogue, Bevilacqua, the 21-year-old there in ninth. Nathan Smith, 3 years out. He really performed well today. And Trembath, Farrell, White and Cole. But it's all about Shannon Eckstein, Matt Poole, Kai Hurst. We're going to hear from the boys after this.